If you are a business owner and you are thinking about hiring an SDR, please, for the love of God, take a few minutes to watch this video so that you don't waste your time, your money, and frankly, the time and experience of an SDR. Now, the first thing that I see that business owners are doing with SDRs that sets them up for failure is just not hiring the right people. It's like the business owner determines, you know what, we need an SDR, we need to go generate some leads. I don't want to make these calls. I don't have somebody else to make these calls. So I'm going to get an SDR, I'm going to have them make these calls. They put out an ad, or they, call up some agency, or they go offshore and they say, yep, that'll do. Which leads me to the second thing, which is I see business owners hire people and just expect them to just figure it out. Like, hey, hired you. It's your job to figure out our industry, our product, our unique selling proposition. It's your job to come up with scripting. It's your job to figure out the tech. It's your job to on-ramp yourself. And frankly, that's just lazy sales management. Take the time to build a playbook that says, this is who we are. This is what we do. This is who we're targeting. This is why we're different. This is why it matters. This is a script you should be using. These are the systems that you should be using. This is the data that you're going to be calling. This is what you're going to be doing on a day-to-day basis. Okay, now the third thing that I see, which is along the same lines, is you've got to have the right systems in place. If you are not putting the right systems in place from day one with your new SDR, you are making them less efficient, and they're less efficient at growing your business, which means it is costing you money. If you hire an SDR and you hand them the virtual version of a phone book and say, start calling, and you've got to figure out how to take notes, you've got to figure out how to track people, you've got to figure out when to schedule your next call, you've got to remember to do all these things, you've got to put it in a calendar manually. First of all, you're going to miss opportunities because you're asking somebody to track something manually that shouldn't be tracked. Now, the fourth thing is you want good data to put in that system. On this call that we were on, we've got people that have literally lists of 20 per week, and they're asking people to make 100 phone calls a day. Go figure. About 3 to 4 calls per lead usually shows that you've worked your list. That means with 20 leads at 80 calls, less than 1 day's worth of work, they have worked your list and probably pissed off a lot of people in the process. So you've got to ensure that you're giving your SDRs a sufficient volume of targets to go after. And then fifth and last is you shouldn't expect your SDRs or any salesperson in your sales team to just run on autopilot. Are you running daily huddles with your SDRs? Are you having a weekly meeting? Are you looking at the reports? Are you looking at the results? Are you listening to calls? Are you coaching? Are you training? Are you being a sales manager? And if you're not doing the basics of sales management, like coaching, reviewing numbers, giving feedback, and helping them improve, then you are doing both them and yourself a huge disservice.